Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing some new makeup from Urban Decay. Now this was all sent to me by Urban Decay over the last, say, month or so, and you guys have requested reviews on the Velvetizer. This is going to be the main product that I'm going to be reviewing here. I have worn this 3 different times. I did want to give this a thorough vetting. The other things that they sent along with that were the Shapeshifter palette and the Illuminizer powder. I'm going to give you kind of first impressions on these guys. Then this week actually I went to my P.O. box and waiting for me there was the Naked Heat palette, and a bunch of people have asked me about this, so I'm going to give you a first impressions review of this as well. I'm also going to be giving away a number of the products because they don't just send you the Naked Heat palette, they send you a lovely PR package that's chock full of other goodies that are color coordinated to go with it. They don't just send you their fragrance, they send you 3 eyeshadow palettes to go with it. You know, some of it is just not up my alley and I'm just not going to use it, so I would like to give it away to you guys. And in a previous video I had asked you if you were interested in giveaways of slightly used makeup, and you guys said yes. So stay tuned at the end of the video for all the details on the giveaway. So let's start with the Velvetizer. This is a really interesting product. I was so curious to see if this was just a gimmick or if it was really a life-changing product. This is a super finely milled face powder that you're supposed to mix in with your foundation, and it's supposed to add more body, more coverage, and mattify your foundation. When I first saw this, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be the answer to my prayers, because what is my biggest problem with foundations on Foundation Friday, right? They are too luminous for me and they show all the ripples and all the textures in my skin. And so I thought, my god, if I could make all these foundations that have been epic fails for me actually work by just adding a little bit of powder, that would be amazing. This retails for $34. It is 8 grams of powder. This powder does have a slight tan tone to it. Urban Decay made this to go with their Naked Skin foundation or their One and Done foundation, neither of which I happen to have anymore. So I didn't want to go out and buy that just to use it with it, but I figured what the heck, it can probably work with any foundation. So I've actually tried this with 3 different foundations. First one was Too Faced Born This Way. I really liked the foundation. I felt it looked very youthful and very natural, but the coverage wasn't really there and it was very luminous. But just adding in the Velvetizer, it definitely did add more body to the foundation. It definitely added a little bit more coverage, and it definitely helped to mattify the foundation, so that when I first put it on I felt like my skin looked slightly smoother. And so I feel like you could save yourself like 2 steps with your makeup if you have one that only works with a primer and with a setting powder. You could just do the mix in at first, put it on, and then you don't need those other 2 products. My complaints about it on that day were that adding the powder in did make it feel slightly drier, slightly heavier, give it a slightly more makeup-y look. It didn't keep me matte all day, so probably at about 5 or 6 hours I felt like I was starting to get shiny. So then the next time I used it, I mixed it into Clarins Everlasting, which, you know, this is not the kind of foundation that this was designed to be mixed into, because this is supposed to be a full coverage matte foundation. Unfortunately on me it wasn't full coverage or matte, so I thought, well, maybe I could get it to be full coverage and matte by mixing this in, and sure enough it worked. Can I say it was the best looking day? I really can't. It made it a little bit heavier, a little bit more cakey, so this may just not have been a good use of it. I mean, it kind of did what it was supposed to do, but it didn't look good while it was doing it. So using it today is my 3rd day with it. I decided to use it with MAC Face and Body. This is a foundation that I did a Foundation Friday on a year ago, and I really, really like this, except that it was too luminous and too sheer. So again, perfect use for this. So I have it on today. I put it on with a brush at first, and it didn't glide well over the skin with the brush. When I did the Foundation Friday on this, it applied beautifully with the brush. Once I added the Velvetizer in, it became a little stiffer and a little more draggy, and it didn't apply well with the brush. So I switched over to using a sponge. It went on great with the sponge. I really like how it looks, and it's going to turn this into a foundation that now I can use because it really did mattify and give it that little bit of extra body. So I think this is kind of the consistency of foundation that the Velvetizer is best for. I really am enjoying how it looks today, even in the close-ups. It's not like I'm airbrushed. Certainly when you look at it up close, you can still see that I have enlarged pores and wrinkles. but that's the way it is with almost 55-year-old skin. So, you know, if your skin isn't perfect, it's not going to make it suddenly look amazingly perfect. I do have some outdoor footage to show you of how the makeup looks outdoor and in overhead like kitchen light, so let me bring that in now. Hey you guys, I'm in my kitchen to show you the, what is it, MAC Face and Body with the Velvetizer in it and overhead kitchen light. I feel like it's still pretty mattified. I feel like my, you know, pores and ripples still look pretty good. And let's walk outside and see what it looks like outside. You know this sunshine's going to be blinding when I turn around. Ah, it's over there. Alright you guys, I'm back. It's been about 6 hours since I left. I would say that it definitely increases the wear time of your foundation, because with this one I never really did get it up over like 4 or 5 hours, and now it's 6 hours, and I think, you know, from here it looks pretty good. It has controlled the shine on my entire face, and I feel like my face, you know, in general still looks really good. The only place that I have like a high shine is where I added the highlighter. Everywhere else it's just, you know, it's not completely matte, but it is just the tiniest bit of like a soft luminous glow, and I still feel like it's very diffusing and nice looking. Of course, when I look in that old 15x mirror, my worst enemy, you know, I see things that I would rather not see on my face. So in super up close mode, I feel like it does look a little more drying to the skin. Like right here, I feel like it looks a little more wrinkly. It's slightly worn off on my nose. It's a little bit, you know, kind of gathering up here, but like on the sides over here, I think the coverage is really nice and even and smooth and looks good. On my forehead with the Velvetizer as setting powder, I think from a distance it looks nice. It has definitely kept my forehead matte all day. So it's kind of a mixed bag, you know, it's not perfection. It's not like making my whole face look like it's airbrushed, but it's really taken this foundation and improved it quite a lot. It was more successful than not for more of the day than, you know, less. So all in all, I think it's pretty good. Okay, so the other products that came in the package with the Velvetizer, there was also this Illuminizer translucent pressed beauty powder. This retails for $34 as well. This I didn't really like at all. I used this on the same day that I used the Velvetizer and the Too Faced Born This Way. It kind of made me look like the Tin Woodman. I felt like it went on very gray looking, very metallic looking, and it kind of ruined the effect that I was getting from the Velvetizer. You know, I just don't think that people who are more mature are looking for that metallic look. So this one, kind of a fail for me, didn't like it. Then the other thing that came in with that package was the Shapeshifter, and this is a really nice little palette if you're interested in contouring. And I know a lot of people are at our age, and it's still fine to do your contouring. Actually, I feel like we need it more than some of the younger people. And I actually did 2 videos on it. I'll put the links to both of them right up here. One I did with powder contour, and you do that on top of your makeup. One I did with cream contour, and you do it underneath your makeup. What's nice about this is that it's both in one package, where usually you have to buy a package of cream contour things and a separate package of powder contour things. This has them both together. So this is $45, and it comes in 2 different shades. This one is the medium to light. I also have the medium to dark that they sent along. This is the one I'm going to give away. This is completely unused. So this is a really nice little palette. It has the powders on one side, so it contains 2 bronzing powders. It contains a highlight, you know, like a kind of matte white contouring powder, so you can use that for like down the bridge of your nose and to bring things forward. And then it has a really pretty highlight. So here's what all 4 of those look like. They're just really nice colors. This one is a little bit gray on me. This one is more the color that I prefer to use out of it. But I'm wearing it today. I did do just some bronzing to just get that nice sun-kissed glow going on my face. I actually mixed the 2, and I think that came out to be a really perfect color. Then I used this highlighter at the tops of my cheekbones and on the fronts of my cheeks, and I think this is a really beautiful, beautiful highlighter. If you're into a much more subtle highlighter, this really isn't going to be for you. you. This is very metallic-y. It's kind of an in-your-face highlight, but I like the look, really enjoying it. Both sides come with a really nice sized mirror. And so when you flip the mirror over, underneath are your cream contours. All right, so those are the cream colors. They feel very nice. The texture's good. They feel very creamy. I feel like if you have dry skin, these might be really good for using for your contouring if you wanted to do a cream contour. So I only use that a couple times. I'm really only giving you a first impressions review on this, but I do like it. I am going to keep this one. I think it is a worthwhile palette, especially where you're getting both the powder and the cream in one palette. And as I mentioned earlier, this week just popped in the mailbox the Naked Heat palette. Everyone else had started reviewing this like a month ago. So when everyone else started reviewing it that had been sent it, I was like, oh, phew, they're not sending me that. That's good, because the colors really are not up my alley. But a lot of people have asked me to review it, so I thought since it came in, what the heck, I'll do it. So this is really a first impressions review just on using it today, one day. I did this look with it today, which I gotta say I'm really loving, and I'm kind of sad that I'm giving this away because, you know, I kind of like this. But the colors that I used today were Ounce, Chaser, Low Blow, and Ashes. Everything from here all the way down to here, I don't think I'd really use, so it'd be better if it went to somebody else who would actually use it and actually give this palette the love that it deserves, because it is a fantastic palette. So if you don't win it and you love warm colors, I can really see that if you bought it, you would absolutely love this palette. It retails for $54. In the package with the eyeshadow palette, they also included 2 eyeliners and 3 lipsticks. And of the lipsticks, I'm wearing this one today. This one is called Fuel. This is one of the cream lipsticks from the Vice collection. I love the Vice collection lipsticks. So I'm wearing this one today, and this is like the perfect summer nude, so that it goes perfectly with the eyeshadows from the Heat palette. And I am going to be keeping this one because I do like this one a lot, but I am going to give away the other 2 and the 2 eyeliners. Another package that they sent me this summer was to promote their Go Naked fragrance. This is, I gotta say, one of the first fragrances that I have ever actually liked and am willing to wear. I really am not a fragrance person. I don't like things that are fragrance. I don't like smelling myself all day. I just like to smell like nothing or clean. So when I got this and put it on, I was like, oh wow, I actually really like that. And I've been wearing it every day since. To me, this smells like just clean and beach and summertime. It's like a lavender floral top note with some like salty air mixed in. I don't even know how they get beachy salty air in there, but they do. So I love this. But what came along with this, as I said before, they always send such a great package of stuff. They sent along 3 of their iconic Naked eyeshadow palettes. So I'm giving away one of them. I'm going to keep Naked 3 because that was the one that I would probably get the most use out of it. It's definitely the coolest of the 3. Naked 2 went to my daughter. One of the perks of being the daughter of a blogger is that you get to keep things. But I am going to give away the original Naked palette. To enter the giveaway, I'm going to have you go over to Rafflecopter again. You're going to have to put in your email address. That way I can contact you if you're the winner. I'll put the link to Rafflecopter in the information box below the video. And over there, you'll also be able to choose which product you're most interested in. So the 4 things that I'm giving away, the first one is the Urban Decay Illuminizer. So if you want this little guy that makes you look metallic-y all over, who knows, somebody must want it. I'm also giving away the Urban Decay Shapeshifter. This is the medium to dark shift, okay? So make sure that you have a darker skin tone if you want this one. Then I'm also giving away the Urban Decay Naked, the original eyeshadow palette. And the 4th giveaway is the Naked Heat palette, which you'll be getting the entire package minus 1 lipstick. So what you'll be getting is the eyeshadow palette, the 2 eyeliners, and the 2 lipsticks. I'll leave this open for 1 week from today, and then I'll be able to email you guys and let you know that you've won. You are the best audience on all of YouTube. You are such wonderful people that I wanted to share some of this good fortune that I have by, you know, being out here of receiving all these products and give some away to you guys. So I hope you enjoy the giveaway. Good luck if you're entering, and take care everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.